25 because these are campaign promises that he ran on. And what is he supposed to do? Stick his head up underneath the sand like an ostrich, you know? And some people that say, hey, you know what? Donald Trump is doing exactly what he said he was going to do, but individuals had the opportunity to go to the polls if they were so opposed. They were so opposed. I mean, the man has something like about 300, over 300 rallies. Okay. So it's just interesting. And you know what's your comment on it? What do you think? What is your suggestion? What is your idea about this? Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next video. The next video is that there are Democrats that are complaining. They're upset. They're stewing in their own juices, and he won by mandate. Okay, and I have excerpts of Stephen A. of ESPN being on the View television show. You know what? Talking about why Democrats are so upset. I guess I just leave the screen like that. And telephone number is: did you vote for Donald Trump? Did you vote against him? Why did you vote against him? Why did you vote for him? Why did you vote for Kamala Harris? Okay. And here it is. She wasn't even really nominated. I'm talking about there should have been an open caucus, whereas it should have gave Democrats the opportunity to choose their selected candidate. Okay. And she's got a new book where she downs President Biden because she's alleging that President Biden really didn't want her to win. But go back to Donald Trump. I want y'all to see this interview on with Stephen A. of ESPN. He's a sports announcer. He's gonna have a political show too, and get feedback, and I will comment on it. Okay.
Voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020, Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won a popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
Well, it's a different definition of a mandate, I guess.
But the problem is that if you're the Democratic Party and you lost 49.8% to 48.3%, and you're looking at that 1.5% dip, that's an excuse for you to say, what we did really wasn't that bad.
Some people didn't
we should continue to do that. No, don't continue to do it. Find a new strategy.
So, see, when we really sit down and analyze things, there are a bunch of Democrats. And you know what I have just been overwhelmed. You know what? This is one of the reasons that I am doing this show, because you know what? There people have asked me to do a show on this, that they complain. But the thing is, the same zeal that the Democrats and the so-called independents that went the other way, why didn't they come with the same zeal or the same excitement and energy to oppose him? Okay, if you were so much against him, and to say that he did not win by a big mandate, this is crazy. As far as I'm concerned, how? And he won swing states. He won Pennsylvania. Okay. Hey, I live in Chicago. Chicago almost flipped red. For people that don't know what I mean by flip red is Red signifies a Republican